Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear brothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It is indeed an honor for me today to be able to address you. I've been following closely the development with care and concern. I never miss praying for you all, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may protect you, may give you all the strength and courage to go through these trying times. Let me also welcome you here in Singapore. I know that this is far away from your homes, but let me assure you that this is home, that you're among family members. I truly understand what it means to be in a foreign land, what it means to be far away from family members. When I was very young, when I was about 13 years old or 14 years old, I left Singapore for my study, far away from Singapore, in one of the countries in the Middle East. I studied and stayed there for more than 10 years. I truly understand what it means to be far away from family, from homes, especially in Ramadan and later during the Hari Raya or the Eid. I know what it means in the morning of Ramadan to be far away from home. I know what it means to be all by yourselves, living in a foreign land. But I also learned that I wasn't at a foreign land. Or maybe I was at a foreign land, but I wasn't in a foreign environment. Because I've developed new family members. The people, my friends, had made that place my second home. So I look forward to meeting them. I long talking with them, spending my Ramadan and my Hari Raya with them. So dear brothers, I understand. However, I've mentioned earlier, it is the people around you that make this place home to you. And I want to assure you that you are among family members. This is home for you. If it's not the first, it is your second. This Ramadan is really unusual and extraordinary. We've never experienced this in our lifetime. I truly understand. I hear your concerns. But precisely because it is an unusual and extraordinary Ramadan, let us truly make it an extraordinary Ramadan. Ramadan is about taqwa. It's about that fear, or rather love for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in any circumstances. That is the meaning of taqwa. It is not fear because we're afraid of something. It is fear because we love that something. And here, the taqwa means because we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that love remains here, under any circumstances. That love cannot be taken out from our hearts, because that love is firmly rooted in our hearts, under any circumstances, under any conditions. This Ramadan is truly a test of our taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And indeed, that is the very objective of Ramadan, of our fasting. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you will develop taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And allow me at this short opportunity, and as we celebrate the Nuzulul Quran, the revelation of Al-Quran, to draw two important guidance from Al-Quran Karim. One is the idea of taqwa. Secondly, the idea of ihsan, which is very intertwined with the idea of taqwa. And one cannot separate these two values, at-taqwa and ihsan. During the month of Eid al-Adha, not Eid al-Fitr, we know that people make sacrifices, the Qurban, the Udhiyah. They sacrifice cows, goats, all for the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reminded us in the Quran. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لَن يَنَالَ اللَّهَ لُحُومُهَا وَلَا دِمَاؤُهَا وَلَكِنْ يَنَالُهُ التَّقْوَى, that what reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are not the meats and the bloods as a result of that sacrifice. It's not about the meat. It's not about the blood. It's not about the sacrifice, the physical sacrifice that we make. What reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is at-taqwa. Walakin yanaluhu taqwa. What reaches Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is your taqwa. It is not the outer practices, but what rests in your hearts. What is really deep inside your hearts. And that is taqwa. At-taqwa, as Rasulullah SAW said in the hadith, and Rasulullah repeated this 3 times. At-taqwa hahuna, at-taqwa hahuna, at-taqwa hahuna. Rasulullah SAW said, taqwa is indeed here, pointing to the hearts. Taqwa is here, taqwa is here. And in that same hadith, Rasulullah said, Inna Allah la yanzuru ila ajsamikum waswarikum, walakin yanzuru ila qulubikum wa a'malikum. Aw kama qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not look to your forms and your bodies, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks to your hearts and your actions. That is taqwa. It's here, deep inside us. Mosque can be taken away from us. Kaaba, Masjid al-Haram, or for that matter even Masjid al-Nabawi, can be closed from us. But no one can close our hearts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one can take this away from us, because this is us. This is deep inside us. So taqwa is deep inside us. Our love and relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regardless of the place and time, regardless of the physical circumstances. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not look at your bodies and your forms. Allah looks at your hearts and your practices. This is what reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the part of us that reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that will remain with us until the day of judgment. The day when other things do not give benefit to you. يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. Except those who come and meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a clean heart. In other words, this Ramadan is truly a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or let us put it in this way, that this is Allah's message and opportunity for us to truly nurture our taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if we miss our mosque, even we may not be able to celebrate our Hari Raya, our Eid as we used to, because what reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are not the forms and the physical aspects of our practices. What reaches Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our heart and our practices, and that is taqwa. If you may refer to Surah Al-Imran verse 133. Here in a long verse, Allah talks about the qualities of taqwa. Allah talks about the muttaqin, pious people. Who are these people? What are the qualities of al-muttaqi? What are the qualities of one who is pious and has taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? There are many verses in that series of ayah. And I want to draw your attention to the second point I wanted to mention earlier, which is the notion or the quality of ihsan, which we cannot separate ihsan from taqwa to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In those verses, Surah Al-Imran 133, Allah talks about who the muttaqins are, what are the qualities. And the muttaqi, the life of muttaqi is not always smooth sailing. It's not always easy. On the contrary, a real muttaqi is one who will be faced or will face a lot of tribulations, trials, and tests. And in those verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about this test and trials. And Allah says, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. Don't feel despair. Don't be afraid. Because this is the path that the muttaqi will have to walk on. And that he will not be rewarded with the Jannah without first going through these tests and trials. أَحَسِبْتُمْ أَن تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ وَلَمَّا يَعْلَمِ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا مِنكُمْ وَيَعْلَمُ الصَّابِرِينَ. Do you think that you will enter the paradise when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not seen in you those who jahadu, those who put effort, those who mujahada, those who withstand and persevere tests, pains, tribulations? وَيَعْلَمُ الصَّابِرِينَ. And before Allah knows who amongst you are the sabirin, those who persevere and have patience. And this muttaqi, in this series of verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also described them as muhsinin. This muttaqi, as they go through these tests, trials, these trying times, they will ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَقَالُوا رَبَّنَا اغْفِرْ لَنَا ذُنُوبَنَا. Oh Allah, please forgive our sins. Because a muttaqi is not one who does not make sin. A muttaqi is like any other people who makes sin, who commits mistake, who is sinful, but he always returns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That makes a difference between a muttaqi and the non-muttaqi, the usual people. We all do mistakes, we all commit sins, but the muttaqi when realizes about the sins that he commits, he will quickly return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he will say, Rabbana ighfir lana dhunubana, oh God, pardon our sins. Wa israfana fi amrina, and the excesses in our methods. Wa thabbit aqdamana, and make us stand firm, rooted in this deed. Wansurna ala al-qawmi al-kafirin, and give us victory over disbelieving people. And Allah says, فَآتَ اللَّهُ ثَوَابَ الدُّنْيَا وَحُسْنَ ثَوَابِ الْآخِرَةِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted them the best of rewards in this world and the hereafter. And this is the concluding remark, which is very important, however short, but this is the essence of the series of verses of Surah Al-Imran 133 and onwards. Having said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give those who persevere with the best reward here in this world, wa husna thawabil akhirah, and the best rewards in akhirah, Allah concludes by saying, Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who do goods, the doers of good, muhsinin. Now the idea of ihsan in Al-Quran Al-Karim is not about only doing good things. Ihsan in Arabic and in the Quranic terms also refers to the quality of our work, the quality of our action, the quality of the good thing that we do. Ihsan, that you do the best that you can. Hassan means beauty. It means good quality. So when you do good, you do this in the best way, in the most beautiful way. That is the idea of ihsan. And what ihsan can we do during this Ramadan in our rituals and practices during this month of Ramadan? Especially at this time when we are not able to go to the mosque as usual. Are we deprived? No, we are not. This is also the test of ihsan in us. How can we do these good things in the best form, in the best way? Do it beautifully. Do it rightfully. Do it with ihsan, with that sense of beauty and appreciation. And that is connected to the heart. It is a matter of heart. It is not how you look. Yes, it is important when we go to the mosque that we put on the best dress. But it's not about how you look. It is not about where you perform your ibadah. It is about how you perform your ibadah. It is about how your hearts are connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is ihsan. So therefore we are not deprived in this month of Ramadan, however unusual, extraordinary, however limiting this Ramadan is. We are not deprived of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercies. Indeed, it is an opportunity for us to develop this idea of taqwa. Hahuna is here. And the idea of ihsan, that we do these good things with a degree of righteousness, with beauty. And let us feel this in our heart. Let us feel it here. And this is where taqwa and ihsan come together. Let me end with a good reminder for me personally, and for you all. And it is in these trying times that in Ramadan there is this period of time when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descends to the heaven. And Allah offers, Allah asks, Hal min sa'ilin fa'atila. Is there a beggar who I will give him? Hal min sa'ilin fa'atila. Is there a supplicator? Is there anyone who wants to ask something, and I will grant him? Hal min mustaghfirin fa'aghfirullah. Is there anyone who is asking for forgiveness, and I will surely grant him that forgiveness? And this period will last until the Fajr time, until the Fajr comes. This is a period of the 2/3 of the night. The last third of the night. Roughly, our local time, probably within 4 to the time of Fajr. This is the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala offers His blessings. So therefore, let us grab this opportunity. In your solitude, when you are all alone by yourself, and this is the best time to seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's forgiveness and blessings. When you're all by yourself, knock Allah's subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah's doors. Seek His forgiveness. Seek His guidance. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything. Allah is not tired listening to our requests and du'as. As long as we are not tired, as long as we don't despair from asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for recovery. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for patience and perseverance. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide your family members, your loved ones is far away. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lift this virus. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lift these tests and trials from us so that we can congregate together. And more importantly, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we emerge stronger after this test and after these trials. That we emerge with better taqwa and better ihsan. Remember that this is a time that the doors of paradise are widely opened, and the doors of hellfire and nar is closed. The doors are closed. This is a time that callers who say, Ya baghi al-khair, aqbil. All those who want good things, come forward, seek. And wa ya baghi al-shar, aqsir. And those who want bad things, go away. So I seek that during this time of solitude, for us to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with all taqwa and ihsan, and do take care of your health, which is equally important, if not more important also. As you take care of your spiritual well-being, it is also important for you to take care of your physical being. And listen to the advices by the authorities. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I pray for you. And I want to assure you that I have you deep inside in my heart, praying for your well-being. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect all of you and your loved ones. And then I want to assure you that you are among family members. This is home to you. We are your family members. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all, inshallah ta'ala, and make us stronger, better taqwa, and better ihsan, emerging from this test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Ramadan, Ramadan.